What's up, guys? Nightingale here, and welcome back to another update notice. Today we're covering the 6.16 update. We've got some stuff coming for you, some things you've probably already seen before. Go ahead and say hello, Twitch chat. We are live here on Twitch. Say hi to YouTube. Just want to say, make sure you check out the description below. We'll have timestamps to all the major categories if you want to come back and watch something at the end or skip around and see what's going on. Make sure you check those out. We're going to be going basically down the update notice per usual. So let's start out. We've got, this is GM Dominial. Where's my cursor? GM Dominial, please note that for this week, no maintenance will be required, and the update will be applied automatically. Please see below for more details. All right, category number 1. Hooray! World Arena Resolution season ending. It's time for you scrubs to get your skins, so hurry up and get up there and get your pink vomit skin of Maid Chloe. I don't think they're gonna, I think they're missing a little pink on her. I think they need just a few more colors of pink. Anyway, so the season will be ending on the 18th and preseason will be beginning on the 18th. So get ready for memes on memes during the meme preseason. And the rewards will be, as long as you will get a special frame in Legend, you'll get a special frame in Emperor, a special frame in Champion, and a special frame in Emperor, or Challenger, and Master. You will all get special frames, and the skin, plus the background. And then what is not given to everybody above Master is the Conquest points, which is absolutely stupid. This, I think, gets me every season. Why do they not get the Conquest points and the skin? It's not going to break their bank to give you that. But everybody's getting at least the background pack. And as long as you hit bronze or higher in your placements, you will get at least a frame and some Conquest points for at least participating. We've already shown the Maid Chloe skin off a few times, so you can go check that out. Hall of Fame will show off the top 3 players who paid the most money to get there. So their top 3 spots will be recorded in the Hall of Fame, and they'll be able to see their characters, which is great. World Arena preseason pre-ban explained. All right, so this will be interesting. Adjustments will be made so that both players are Master League or higher. They'll be able to select 2 heroes to pre-ban when the battle starts. Champion League or higher. After the 2 pre-ban heroes, both players are Master League or higher. The pre-ban will be limited to only 1 hero for gold and below. So, good. They're making it basically now where the pre-ban for 2 heroes is all the way down at Masters, which is where it really needs to be. I feel like going any higher than that, or going any lower, like into gold, that's going to cripple too many new players' kits. And honestly, Masters, for the players that are going to be sitting here talking or going to complain about this, this is more to help you shut down things you can't deal with versus you getting your stuff shut down. So this will also allow you to have to think a little more outside the box and not just go straight down the meta path that you are told is supposed to go down. So getting a little more creative with your drafts, especially in Master as you guys are getting up, will help. I think that's going to help out a lot in getting you guys to go a little bit further. World Arena Global Banned Heroes and Artifacts. E7, let's see here. Heroes and Artifacts globally banned will not be available for a certain period of time in the rankings and the E7 WC preliminaries. Heroes and Artifacts globally banned during the global ban period will not be available in the ranking and E7 WC preliminaries. Heroes equipped with global ban artifacts cannot be used in the ranking and E7 WC preliminaries, and players will be able to use their global banned heroes and artifacts in mock battles. So basically, they're just saying in the actual rankings and whatever that is for their game mode, they're going to start pre-banning heroes, which is cool, depending on what they end up doing. So for 6.16 to 6.18, the schedule is going to be Yulha and the Sphere. You will not be able to use it right away. So it shows you how it looks, which is cool. I'm glad they're doing this. I don't know if this is long enough, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be curious to see how the pre-ban works or how the global bans are going to work. They did this a long time ago for the Guilty Gear stuff, but I'm curious to see how they're going to bring this in further. All right, we have a new 5-star hero. Wow, we totally haven't already known everything about this if you've been hanging out on Discords. So, yay. So if you haven't been paying attention to Reddit or your Discords, Yulha is coming. So who is Yulha? A ruler of the wicked with a vicious smile. AKA, she crazy. Players will be able to meet Yulha and in the Covenant summons, meaning she's not a limited hero. And now we have a video here, which we are going to pop over to real quick. And we're gonna go through it. We're not gonna watch the full thing. We're not gonna do the whole overlog and all that, where they talk about it. We're just gonna go jump in and look at her skills and all that stuff. So let's see what it initially starts off with.
You'll help me, won't you? Until the very end. Those who stand against me are not worth keeping alive. I have no use for you, so you'll have to disappear.
Alright, so say hello to Grass Crow. I mean, female Grass Crow. So let's skip into the part that actually matters, which is talking about the kit. So her team imprint is attack to the back. So she's a Sagittarius Knight Earth, which will be interesting stats. So let's see, where is it showing her? Yeah, we get it. We've seen this. All right, there we go. That's what we're after. So, basically say hello to your Earth Crows. So she's gonna have a imprint concentration of health, which is good. I'm glad that it's not something weird. They've got me very nervous on imprint concentrations recently because they just do some weird stuff. But overall, decent stats overall for HP. Speed she's slower, which is fine. I'm glad this isn't like 124 speed because you know what? At this point in time, they might as well start doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if the next new limited unit is a knight with 124 speed. Why? Just to watch the world burn. Anyway, so where do we get to the skill? Skill introduction. So, malicious smile. When attacked by a single attack, reflects 30% of the damage suffered to the attacker. Reflect damage cannot be higher than the caster's max health. After being attacked, when health is 30% or less, dispels all debuffs from the caster and activates murderous intent. The effect after being attacked can only be activated once every 5 turns. Murderous Intent grants a barrier to the caster for 3 turns and increases combat readiness by 20%. Barrier strength increase proportional to the caster's max health. Cool. So, basically, this is enough to one-shot those glass cannon Ha Young. So this might be your time to start backing your speed down a little bit and getting a little more bulk so that you're not getting decimated if you still try to one-shot this unit. If not, I can't wait to watch that happen. All right, let's go through, and they're showing the skill, showing the skill, showing the skill, showing the skill. All right, Symphony of Agony. Attacks the enemy by unraveling the sphere of sadism, and when the enemy is defeated, recovers the caster's health. When the target is not an elite or boss monster, damage sharing effects are ignored. Penetrates the target's defense, but cannot trigger a critical hit. Damage dealt increase proportional to the caster's lost health, and the amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's max health. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just point this out, just to say it and get it over and done with. They need to stop putting stat ignoring mechanics in every unit's kit. This has been a trend for the last like 3-4 months. This is not helping, this is making things worse. But out of all things here, the silver lining of this, cannot trigger a critical hit, but it is proportional to the caster's lost health. So it's conditional. It's not just out it goes, turn 1, you're able to full pen the defense. So here is what Ha Young should have been, but we're just being honest. She should have been this with the caster's lost health. This is cool. I think this will be a nice trick for certain Guild War fights. Pretty much is about all I see the value for this. But it's cool. Just I wish that they would stop doing full stat ignoring. I think this is going to be a bigger problem down the road. And then as far as like the target and damage sharing stuff, I'm all right with it. But it does devalue your Arius holders and stuff like that. But it probably makes it a little bit easier. Plus, it's also so you can't one-shot somebody else, I'm assuming. All right, next up is, there it is, Cruel Touch. Attacks the enemy with a 85% chance to inflict redirect provoke for 1 turn. Damage dealt increased proportional to the caster's max health. So just in case y'all don't understand what redirect provoke is, redirect provoke will make it to where they forcefully have to attack the highest, bulkiest unit in your team comp. It can be very good for controlling and forcing people to hit one specific unit. So that's not too shabby. And then Artifact, Sphere of Sadism. All right, so we don't care about what it is at 1, but what is it at max? At the start of the battle, grants a barrier to the caster for 2 turns. When attacking with a single target attack, if the caster is granted barrier, damage dealt increased by 20%. Barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max health. I don't know. Hold on, let me read that one more time. At the start of the battle, grants a barrier to the caster for 2 turns. Okay. When attacking with a single target attack, if the caster is granted barrier, damage dealt increases by 20%. Barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max health. Why not just run Portrait of Savior and just say, screw it, I'm not attacking until that goes off. But I guess the damage is technically better. I don't know if I'd chase the artifact. It's interesting, especially for a technical knight like her, but I don't know. I will want to think on that one, and I'll have to do some theory crafting on that. And I think that is everything. Yep. All right, so let's go back to the update notice, and we're gonna skip through her stuff here. We've already read it. It's all right here, basically, is their skills. And there it is, talking about her artifact. Next up is a side story between Guilt and Grudge. So many years after the war, Yulha begins to roam about the Shadow Mountain under Bihu's radar. Well, Bihu, I hope that's how you say it. That's how it looks. Bihu, I have no idea. Is growing concerned over Yula's consistent independent behavior. Yulha, on the other hand, rebukes Bihu and Bihu's humble response to the result of the war, which each passing day, their relationship drifts further apart. So this will be available from 6/16 to 6/30, so it sounds like we're probably getting summer stuff starting right after this. You'll need to be complete Chapter 11010, Shrieking Hall, Episode 1, to be able to enter. This goes for all side stories. And how to play is between Guilt and Grudge is a 2-week side story. Complete the side story changes, achievements, quest to obtain event currency in exchange for other items, as every side story goes. Hers is Wicked's Lanterns, and she will be rated up for attack, health, and plus 15 and 6 start. If you do end up pulling her, she will be fully leveled up while using the story when you drop her in this. And then Mui will get 30% health and attack, which is cool for brand new players. That'll help you guys out. Stage difficulty, we're basically just going to skip over this, but you just beat Chapter 10, or you beat this 10th stage, Black Fog Battlefield, and then beat them in the order that they appear, and you'll be able to go to the highest that you can go is the best way to do it. Molagora Habitat will open up after completing Stage 10. Black Fog Battlefield will unlock special Molagora Habitat. You can only enter this once during the period, and then the Goblin's Den completing the Stage 10, same thing. You can only enter it once per side story. Exchange shop, buy everything out. Needless to say, cool. We're getting Merc's Meds, Cold Looks, and Archer's Visions. Everything that is awesome. Molagora's yay, all that good stuff. So Yula's drop rate will be from 6/16 to 6/30, so you have 2 weeks if you do decide to pull, but I'm going to give you guys a big warning right now. We are not far from summer at all. And we still have the 3 original summer units that are already released, plus an additional maybe new one. You've got a very busy summer coming along. She's a normal Covenant summon unless you are a top Guild War player or you are a whale. You stay away from her. I don't care how big of a thing you are into crazy chicks. Don't waste your summons because you have potentially 3, especially new players, you have 3 limited units coming, maybe 4. Then probably after the end of summer, you're going to have the slime rerun, most likely. You got a lot to save. You probably shouldn't be pulling for her. Maid Chloe is also going to be rated up this week. She'll be here from 616 to 623. Same rules apply to her. Don't care how much you want the girl with a bonk or how much you want to imprint your Maid Chloe. I wouldn't recommend you guys pulling Maid as new players either. And then the last thing is for those of you who couldn't make it to Masters for Judge Kise skin will at last be able to buy her skin. This will cost 110 tickets. It is a epic skin, so these will be very expensive. But for those who want it, it will be available there. All right, next up, the next thing we want to just quickly cover, because it was there, is the Episode 3 5-star Summon Pack Renewal and End of Sale of Catalyst Packs. So they are adding a Episode 3 ticket again, and it sounds like they are ending this. Catalyst End of Sale. Catalyst Pack will be available the 5th week of each month, but will no longer be available after the 5th week of June. So they're ending this pack. Interesting. This was actually kind of good. Kind of. Ish. So yeah, if you want to whale out and you want to spend some money, I probably wouldn't do this, and I probably would do this, but just don't do it. Next up, the best news of the entire update is Buff Event is coming. Hooray. So get ready to grind. We have the Spirit Altar dropping on the 17th to the 18th. We'll have the AP event from the 18th to the 19th. We'll have the hunt rate up for the 19th through the 20th, and all buffs on the 20th through the 21st. So, just again, to point this out for people, especially since we are going to have a side story running through this, make sure you save your gold buff and your daily gold buff and your daily gold buff for the Goblin's Den to get the most amount of gold when the AP or when the hunt buff is up, so that you can maximize the total amount of gold for those who are absolutely brokeage. But yes, this is gonna be great. Perfect timing for me. I'm ready to grind off, so hopefully you guys can get some good gear and get some stuff farmed up. I know I've been talking to several of you on Discord. One was asking about altar. Here you go. Specialty change units is those that we just talked about recently on the channel. Here's your perfect time to go try to get a specialty change unit done. All right, so now we want to go ahead and slash let's see here, follower only off. There we go. Follower only mode is off. We will now be taking questions. I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes. There's not a whole lot to go over with today, so we'll start it now. Make sure you at Nightingale1176. We'll be answering them in the order they were received here on chat. And then for those of you on YouTube, if your questions don't get answered, feel free to hit me up in the comments below. I'll help you guys out. I know I've been a little weird on comments. They've been getting responded to early in the morning, and that's been the only time I'm trying to get better at getting back in the afternoon to getting on YouTube to answer questions. But I will be answering them always. So, whatever questions you have, we will try to answer it. Most likely that pack is somewhere around $20 to $30. Is most likely what it will be. Should I summon for the summer units or potential climb? It depends on who and what you want. It depends on where. This really depends on what did you pull on your custom summoning banner for the covenants. You potentially have. So if you're missing units there, but I mean, you're gonna have to make decisions. It's. Do you want SSB? Do you want Holiday Euphine? Do you want Summer Seri? Do you want the potential new unit? Whatever that's gonna be. Figure that out. So, good luck. If I got all the summer units, can I just pull the new unit? Yep. That's all you have to do. Unless you need dupes for anything of whether you need artifacts or anything like that. Summer Seri, you need her artifact plus 30 or she's kind of useless. Just keep that in mind. Like, she works, she does her job, but the Summer area you all know and love is plus 30 artifact, so keep that in mind. SSB, same thing with Rengar's special drink. The SSB you see most people talk about has a level 30 Rengar's drink on it. So those are definitely going to be something to keep in mind. But I can give you guys the silver lining here. At least get the artifact, and you can always start working on bottling it as you get your powder in. You can keep bottling these things up. But it's a long grind, especially for players who can't afford to go super deep. The bottle grind is real for you guys. Me personally, I'm skipping Summer area again this year. I have no need for her. I already have SSB and Yulha. We'll see what the new unit is, if there is a new unit. It sure as heck isn't Summer Alexa. Alexa's going to be the skin in the Battle Pass. I will be stunned if they turn that into a unit. Me personally, am I going to be pulling Yulha? We're going to see what some of my friends say. We're going to see what some of my friends say first. I want to see what the guys who can afford to do this no matter what do. Then we'll look at, do I want to commit bookmarks to this? Because as of right now, she's a normal Covenant summon, and I'm just going, For a Guild War unit, I don't really need it. Because I don't really struggle with the fights that she's really there for. It is annoying, but it would make life easier, but I don't really want to spend... 605 bookmarks on her for Guild War. What would be the best summer unit to pull for? It's probably SSB, because she'll cover most ground for players. Good PvP unit, good for Abyss, good for, really, you know, if you're trying to clear story missions and stuff like that. It can be pretty good. Just one tap? No. You guys need to remember not to play the gambling game here. You need to go in when you start pulling on these units. You need to expect that you're gonna have to pity them, not gamble off in the top early ones. So we've got 1 minute left, so I guess we're gonna put last call up. We'll answer any of the remaining questions that pop up before the timer comes up, and then we'll wrap up. Do you have a summon order like SSB, Summer area, and then Yulha? It's literally that order. Unless Yulha gets a buff, which another buff, because there should be one more. There should be a update. There should be a balance update before Yulha should drop. There might be a chance they try to tweak her again. She had a buff last year, but it wasn't really enough. And so if they're trying to get her more usable, she could potentially be in the next balance update, as long as it's not instantaneously after she's been rerun. So depending on where she ends up getting run and where that is, may change that order. But for right now, it's literally that for most players. It's literally SSB to Summer area to Yulha. All right. Any last questions that come up in the next 10, 15 seconds, we'll answer. And then if not, we're going to wrap up. So, it'll be interesting to see what her, how she performs, because on paper, it literally looks like just a Guild War unit. Her design is interesting, and her skills look, again, I'm gonna just always say, they do a great job with their S3 animations. That never seems to fail. But do I think she's worth pulling? I don't know. We'll wait and see. Test. That's the best way to do it. So that looks like that's going to take care of it for us. Go ahead and start saying goodbye to YouTube, Twitch chat. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. It's a pretty calm week. I'm kind of glad, though, because it's been a little bit nutty around here. So having a little bit of downtime, getting ready for some big events is cool. If you guys do have any questions that didn't get answered, feel free to hit me up again in the comments below. I'll do the best I can to help you guys out. So y'all take care, enjoy, and we'll see you in the next one.